Tavares, right in the butt?
What?
No. Blake.
This is the best.
Yeah, that's it.
I love how he just said it. He just set his down. He just set his buzzer down. He's like, "Oh, I fucked up. That was wrong. I'm not even gonna try anymore. Like, I'm out. Once you come out with right in the butt, you're done. You can't make any more guesses."
We like to watch The Wheel. Pat Sajak is fucking amazing, by the way. Like, for being so old, like he don't give a fuck. He makes stupid jokes. Pat Sajak's great, but you said something there that I noticed the other day, watching it for the first time, and it really fucked with me because now it's all I can see. You said he set his buzzer down there. It's Wheel of Fortune. They don't have buzzers. But you know what that is in his hand? It's what they use to spin the wheel with. It's a little cap that goes over the metal peg on the wheel, and they spin it with that. And now that you know that, you'll see it constantly and wonder, how have I been watching the show for 30 years and never seen that they use a tool to spin the wheel? It's in their hand. Every time they spin the wheel, it's in their hand, or you'll see them just holding it. But now it's all I can see when I watch it.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's literally crazy. Noticed that the other day for the first time. And then it's not like they don't show it all the time. Like, it's in, you'll see it a couple dozen times an episode.
Are you sure it's not a buzzer?
Yeah, it's a buzzer.
Why do they have a buzzer on Wheel of Fortune? It's a turn-based game.
It's got a string attached to it, though.
It's to answer the question.
It's a lightning round, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you're right. The first one they go around. You're right. Then it might have been a buzzer. But look for the tourney tool. Sorry, I tuned in really late. I got here like the last second. So, but next time you see it, look for the tourney tool.
Scoot over here so you're in the shot. So, remember when we used to? I think I might have told this before. We used to have like regular cable, and so we got the local like news stations and stuff. And when Stephanie and I would get home from work, we'd all sit down, have supper, and then after supper, we'd go sit down in the living room and watch Wheel of Fortune. And I remember the first time we watched it, we were watching, and like everybody got into it. We were all guessing, like trying to solve the puzzles and everything. And the kids were a lot younger then; they were really into it. It was, what was that? 7 years ago. So you were like 8, 8 or 9. So anyway, the first time we watched it, it was coming towards the end of the show, and I was like, all right, now we got to watch all the way to the end, because after they do the final round, then the winner has to either arm wrestle Pat Sajak or leg wrestle Vanna White to determine if they actually get to take home their winnings. So they get to the final round, and the dude goes, and I can't remember if he won or not, but anyway, like then they roll the credits, and all the kids are sitting there like, wait, when's the arm wrestling or the leg wrestling going to happen? Sorry.
Sock fight.
Sorry.
So it turns out they haven't been using the thing for 30 years. It's a coronavirus thing. I even asked the wife, I was like, is that a COVID thing? The handle? Because I was like, how have we never noticed it? And we watch them on Pluto. So a lot of the episodes might be older than 2020. They're reruns. So maybe that's why we never noticed it. And I just finally saw a new one. But yeah, here. Let me scroll down. The spinning cap. See? They put over the peg. I'm like, it's like in the 80s when this show started, fucking wouldn't nobody use no spinning cap? Even if those pegs were like rough and rusty in the 80s, they just would have raw dogged that shit,
Yeah, you don't even wear gloves or something like that. Back in the 80s, that's when men were men.
Yeah,
it was more fun when you risked catching tetanus.
Yeah. Men were men, and women were also manlier than today's men.
Right. Have you seen the shit that like? So there have been all these, and I think I'm lucking out. So I was asking, like, I'm gonna go see the new Planet of the Apes movie one day this weekend while he's at work. And I was like, what should I go see for the other day? Because he works 2 days. Like it's either going to be Furiosa or Challengers, because I have a weird thing about tennis movies. Like that's my guilty pleasures. I like tennis.
You're coming up a lot lately.
Yeah, I can't. Because there's a new one out, and it's like they don't come out very often. So when they do, it's kind of a thing.
Dude, I'm not going to respect your pronouns.
So anyway, I was I was thinking, like, I really kind of want to see Furiosa because it looks like it's got like all of the terrible girl boss vibes that I'm gonna absolutely hate it. So I want to see it just to see if they really did just completely fuck up Mad Max. Like, the one thing that you shouldn't be able to fuck up is Mad Max because it's post-apocalypse like crazy town.
Yeah,
But
it's just stupid anyhow. Like it's
Right.
crazy. Yeah.
Right, but this one has some real strong girl boss vibes in it, and I feel like there's a really good chance that they fucked it up and made it woke. And so I was like, I'm probably gonna see that one and then see Planet of the Apes. But Stephanie wants to like go to town and have our like town shopping date day after we drop him off for work. Usually we do that in the morning. I think we're gonna drop him off at work and then go do our running around town doing stuff. So I won't be seeing Furiosa tomorrow. I'll be hanging out with my wife, and then I'll go see Planet of the Apes on Sunday.
Oh, what a chip!
I know. So one of the things that gets talked about all the time is whenever people are like shitting on these girl boss movies, is y'all didn't have a problem with Sigourney Weaver as Ripley in Alien and Aliens, and she was a strong female character. And
Sarah Connor and
yeah. Okay, they're like, you didn't have a problem with girl bosses when they're in these cases. It's like, yes, because those are like
good movies, and they
number
weren't
one
fucking terrible.
Good movies, well written characters. They don't have like the only one of the Alien movies where Sigourney Weaver has the like girl boss type thing is Resurrection, which is by far the worst of any of the Alien movies, period. And like true fans just pretend that abomination didn't happen. Like this.
It's a bit like if they're making references to like, I was the one of the whatever, like, fucking men or some shit. I don't know. Like I could never get ahead because of this or that and something, and they're a girl boss because of that. But it's like in like those two movies, they're just fucking bad bitches. They don't they don't talk about it. They don't make a big deal about it. They're just bad bitches.
And they're also like they're not played up for the girl boss role at any point. Like Sigourney Weaver is like a science officer or something in the first one, and then like they ask her to go back to the planet in the second one because she had experience there and kind of knows a little bit of what they're dealing with. Like she's never like portrayed as this, oh my God, I'm going to go like, Incredible Hulk this thing out and kill all these aliens and stuff. She just does what she needs to do to survive. It's the same for Sarah Connor in the original Terminator. And then she's like batshit crazy in the second one, but that's because of the scenario. And and even then she's still never portrayed as like the insane girl boss character that you see now. Like Furiosa has the potential that if they do her character right in a like Sarah Connor style, then I could see it having some potential where crazy shit happens and then she becomes the thing. But I just don't have
Come with me if you want to play doubles.
Well, they also ruined that chance with the last Terminator movie where they like, I don't know if you saw it. I recommend you not watching it if you didn't.
Was that the one with the girl Terminator, or is there a newer one?
Dude, there's been like 6 awful ones after like the 2 good ones and the third okay to watch one.
The third one had Terminator 3 had a girl Terminator. Yeah,
that's right. I think I watched like half of it and was like, I don't know, I didn't get into it.
It was fun.
It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't particularly good. Like it was an acceptable movie. But then they had a bunch of other ones that came after that, and I don't know. I try to like them for what they are, but
was it so bad I never even heard of them?
Yeah.
I think I brought this up a lot the last couple days, but oh well.
They're always backstabbing and giving each other phony compliments.
Oh, wow. You are definitely not afraid of desserts.
I wish I were secure enough to throw on any old thing and call it an outfit.
Come on. You have so much body confidence. I mean, who wouldn't with those strong legs? So muscular. I'm jealous of how thick with strength they are.
Hey, I like your tie.
Thanks.
Calm down. It'll be all right.
It's just funny. I've watched it happen in person. So
Oh, you got him watching the WNBA right now?
No, he's just talking about like. See, I talk about that kind of stuff with him, and then he goes to school and watches it happen, and then he's like, "Oh my god, you're so right." Like they're just horrible to each other.
Man, that brings a tear to my eye. That's like a proud dad moment.
I'm doing all right with him sometimes. Yeah, the last Terminator movie. Who was it? Was the chick that plays Daenerys Targaryen. What's her name? What's the actress's name?
Oh, I know who you're talking
Blondie
about.
McTits.
Yeah, that one. The one that fucks her nephew. So anyway, spoiler alert, if you haven't made it to the final season of Game of Thrones.
No, I haven't. I'm on the second season.
My bad. So anyway,
Shouldn't let your son watch that.
By the time you get to that point in that season, so much time will have passed. You'll forget that we even had this conversation. So anyway, and you can see it coming a mile away. It's not like it's like a surprise. Like, oh my gosh, she fucked her nephew. It's like, oh, this is really going to happen. We're doing this. So anyway, nonetheless, yeah, that's the only one where Sarah Connor has, and they even had the Fox TV show, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, and she didn't
That
have
show was fun.
Yeah, she didn't have like the girl boss stuff. That was actually Sarah Connor was played by Cersei Lannister for all those keeping score at home. So we're doing all kinds of the Game of Thrones references today. But that one was good. She didn't have like the girl boss thing with that either. But this last one, that's where they brought the girl boss shit in. It's like, why do we have to do this?
I think you guys are also missing Dark Fate. Going back to like Dag saying, "Hey, there's sequels I didn't know about." I think everybody tried to wipe that from their memory.
Dark Fate. Is that the one where there's some time travel shit going? Well, I mean, they all have time travel. That's the one where we have the like old Terminator where they bring Arnold back.
Yeah. They cuck him and everything.
Yeah.
Old man
Arnold Terminator that's like a carpet salesman or something.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever watched it.
For real, go look it up and find it, Dag. If you want to see an old man Terminator carpet salesman, that should have been the tagline for that movie.
That's the difference between me and you, Morty. I don't go back to the carpet store. Dude, that
was a good episode.
It is, and you know the game Roy in that episode. And for those who aren't familiar on Rick and Morty, they go to this arcade, like this space arcade. You know, it's really awesome. And there's this game that they basically you live a whole life as Roy, and you don't. But it's they put a cap on your head, so it's not really like an 80-year life. It's just all in a few seconds, but you think it's that long. And there's the characters in like shows that I really like, am jealous of or like admire. This is gonna sound so stupid, but it's like Roger from Family Guy, or not Family Guy, American Dad. Yeah, American Dad. Thank you. Sorry, because it's like he lives like 30 different lives, and some of them are like spectacular and crazy, but so many of them are just like benign. Like he's just the old lady manager at the roller rink. Like that's just one of his lives. And I'm just like, like we all only get one life. But it'd be kind of cool to have like a Roy game where we could live some other mundane lives or whatever, just to take it for a spin.
How close were you to having you start your own murder mystery podcast?
Trey, you're muted, or your mic's not plugged in, or something.
Or just at least a mildly more entertaining life than what you live. Like if you could have like a slightly more interesting life, and without getting too crazy. Like obviously, like that would be cool.
Mine's been plenty interesting. I think I wouldn't mind trying something a little more mundane, like a Roy type of a thing. Just like do shit normal and maybe not move 17 times and get divorced and remarried and a whole lot of other like crazy shit.
Guys,
I regret any of that stuff.
I've had my problems getting addicted to Car Mechanic Simulator.
Yeah. Well, like if like I had to like work in like an auto parts factory, like assembly line my whole life, like I'd fucking kill myself, but like there is something that's like seems so like appealing and safe, because there's like I know dudes who have jobs like that, that fucking love it. And they watch football on Sundays and they mow their lawn on Saturdays and they love it, you know? And I'm like, God, man, it just seems so easy, you know? Like, why do I have to be so complicated? Why can't I just work a regular job like that and love it? What up, Steve-O?
I don't think any of us have particularly like jobs and stuff. We all kind of have some level of uniqueness to the way our schedule falls out, where we don't necessarily have just the mundane like 9 to 5, you know, Monday through Friday, mow the yard on Saturday, play golf on Sunday. Like, yeah, we all kind of have our own. God, Clyde. Oh, it's too bad he's not on with us this morning. His is probably the most insane.
Yeah.
Dude, no kidding. I remember one time my mom said to me, "Well, you definitely don't live a boring life," you know. It's like I guess that's kind of true. But yeah, Clyde's got so much going on, dude. Here's Roy.
Spend all day shuffling words around. You can make anything sound bad, Morty. Here, check this out.
Roy, what's wrong?
I had a nightmare. I was with an old man. He put a helmet on me.
It's just a fever. Get some sleep. I don't want you missing school on Monday.
I want you kids to look around you today and think about your future. Now is the time in your life when anything is possible.
Spiraling perfectly. It's going to be caught by Roy Parsons. Roy Parsons is at the 20. Now he's at the 10. Nothing can stop Roy the Rocket. Touchdown!
I just think it's time to get realistic. Have you talked to my father about the carpet store? Roy?
Had we caught it sooner? Well, hindsight is 20/20, Roy. What's important is that we move quickly.
I'm not ready to die.
You're not going to.
I love the show.
I forget.
So wholesome and terrible.
Cancer can't. Oh, he beat cancer.
Hey, thanks for the carpet, Roy.
Yep. And then like a real loser goes back to the carpet
Hey, Roy,
store.
you pull those Persian off-white shags for the clearance sale?
Then he got pulled enough.
What the hell? Where am I? 55 years. Not bad, Morty. You kind of wasted your 30s, though, with that whole bird watching phase. Where's my wife? Morty, you were just playing a game. It's called Roy. Snap out of it. Come on. I'm Morty. You're Rick. Hey, you sold a gun to a guy that kills people. Look at this. You beat cancer and then you went back to work at the carpet store. Boo. Don't dodge the issue, Rick. The trigger. It's also the same as doing nothing. If Crumbopulous Michael wants someone dead, there's not a lot anyone can do to stop him. That's why he does it for a living. Now, excuse me, it's time to thrash your Roy score. You know, you could stop this killing from happening, Rick. You know, you did a bad thing selling that gun, but you could undo it if you wanted. Yeah, that's the difference between you and me, Morty. I never go back to the carpet store. Holy shit! This guy's taking Roy off the grid! This guy doesn't have a social security number for Roy!
I wish a Roy, you know.
That was the episode with one of my favorite throwaway characters, the assassin guy, the Michael guy.
Oh, yeah. Michael. Yep.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Here I go killing again. I just love killing.
And the sentient fart that is going to destroy
God. I feel like that was making fun of the Galactus reference from Fantastic Four, like the original, like the Fox movies or whatever.
Yeah. God,
the fart cloud, basically, that was like, oh, this is Galactus. It's gonna eat the planet.
Gonna destroy the universe. Yeah.
Now, this one's shit diamonds or something, right?
Yeah.
Gold or something. Oh, that's why it's valuable.
It's such a good show. I had a bunch of stuff pulled up today to talk about, and we haven't talked about any of it, and I kind of prefer it that way, honestly.
Yeah, you know, the first like 2 seasons of Rick and Morty were just fucking phenomenal. And then the third was okay, and I felt like it kind of lost it a little bit for a season or two. But lately we've been going back and watching some of the later seasons, and they're not bad. They're not bad.
The only bad thing is that apparently they changed up voice actors because of the whole controversy.
You can't tell.
You can't tell?
Oh. No.
Wow.
Yeah, the
most main guy, he beat all those texts, right? Dan Harmon? Is that one of the guys in this?
He wasn't the one that got in trouble.
The one that got in trouble was Justin Roiland.
Royland, that's right. Royland.
Didn't he beat his case? Like, didn't he beat his case though too?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it was like officially like
he beat everything.
Yeah, it wasn't like a. I don't think it was like a. Well, at least from what I'm familiar, it was like the text was supposedly an underage girl.
Beating underage girls too. Gosh.
Yeah, but it was something, dude. It was like
Well, it was one of those like bait things, I guess. Like kind of like that. That's why I don't like some of the. I guess some of the people who are kind of doing that kind of stuff because they like try to bait someone and then.
Yeah, some of that shit is. I've got a.
I've got a former, funny too. Like,
yeah.
But are you gay?
I've got a former boss that's. I think he's doing 6 years for some stuff where once, like, whenever it came out in the newspaper, everybody's like, "Holy fuck!" And then when we start to find out what actually happened, like, he and a couple other guys got like set up by some feds. And granted, it's their own fucking fault for agreeing to the things that they were being set up for, but they were also, it was like the whole situation's like completely fucked up. But yeah, I mean, he deserved 6 years. He agreed to the shit that they were like selling him on. So yeah,
it is kind of run. What's like the line between entrapment versus whatever, sometimes too, because it's like entrapment used to be like a thing, and now it's like, oh yeah, no, entrapment's cool. We're totally cool with as much entrapment as we can possibly pull off. As
long as it's state sanctioned entrapment, then it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as the feds are involved, then and they entrap you into something. It's like just like the other day they did a sting and they basically set up a fake meeting and got this former baseball player, former Red Sox player to. You see that?
Did you see some of the text exchanges and stuff though? Like some of the what they report, like the conversation that he was having with the girl. He deserved. He absolutely 100% deserved to be tackled to the ground the exact way they did. Like some of the.
I'm not surprised. He was a Florida Gator.
Some of that stuff. Some of the text messages. Got released, and yeah, he 100% deserved to be tackled exactly the way they were. Speaking of the police, Trey, you've got an impressive mustache coming in. You planning on getting a little domestic? Sorry.
It's coming in. How long you got? Is that what 3
weeks? His wife is what I was talking about. Gosh,
everybody got real quiet. It's supposed to be fun.
Domestic abuse?
Yeah,
is that like 3 weeks worth of stash growth, or?
Look, yeah, this is.
Dude, he's got a reverse Hitler. Look.
Yeah, the inverse Hitler.
Yeah,
in the middle and
just coming in on sides.
Yeah, it always does that too. Like it's, I don't know, it's still got to grow in a little bit here.
When he starts saying this particular individual,
yeah.
I told Stephanie, since it is summer and I've got my Tom Selleck shorts that I wear doing yard work all summer, and I don't wear a shirt either. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go like full Tom Selleck, and I'm gonna shave the beard and just leave the mustache and wear the shorts and no shirt. Like I'll get me some aviator glasses. We're gonna do this big. Actually, there's a pair of aviator glasses that look like those that he wears in Magnum PI in the garage. I found them when I was cleaning everything out, and I left them in one of the cabinets in there. And I can clean those up. And y'all about to get Tom Selleck summer from me. Every episode, it's gonna be me without a shirt, aviator glasses, just the mustache.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I'm gonna walk around the room in my short shorts. Hell yeah.
What's your guys' favorite Tom Selleck movie? And
his reverse mortgage commercials.
Oh gosh, yeah, those are terrible. Hey, Boomers, you haven't sold your children's legacy out enough. Why not give it more to the bank?
Ask your nurse to turn down your breathing machine for a minute so I can tell you. Okay, all right. Reverse mortgages or harm can help you.
Oh, yeah.
trick.
I remember. I remember
trick,
those
but
commercials.
it's not
Those are
a
hilarious.
trick.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice
reverse
to hear.
mortgage your home.
What, is this his first rodeo?
They used to run them on Fox
This isn't
News
my
of all
first
things, which is
rodeo.
hilarious.
I wouldn't be here if I thought reverse mortgages would hurt anyone.
Well, I certainly believe Magnum PI, but it's easy to say this stuff fully standing up. I wonder if he can half lean on a fence post and say it.
There's so much more.
That's the one I saw where he leans in and is like, hey, you might think this is a gimmick or we're trying to rip you off. Well, trust me, we're not.
Usually, that's one of those things that you don't need to say that if it's true. You know?
Yes. Hey, we're not ripping you off. Well, I think the point of it was that they were trying to get more people to do reverse mortgages, but they knew that it sounds bad, like a reverse mortgage. Oh, like why would I reverse my mortgage? Like that, it sounds bad. Oh, it sounds bad, but it's not actually what you think. Or they're trying to.
Oh, yeah. Here.
Tom
Here,
Selleck
I got
here. You may think that injecting street-grade heroin is bad for you. Well, I'm here to tell you.
It's fun.
Look,
I've never seen this.
This isn't my first
one.
Yep, this is it.
Let me tell you something. I wouldn't be here if I thought reverse mortgage.
Oh my God, it is the Family
took
Guy
advantage
thing.
of any American senior, or worse, that it was some way to take your home. It's just a loan designed for older homeowners, and it's helped over 1 million Americans. A reverse mortgage loan isn't some kind of trick to take your home. It's a loan, like any other. Big difference is how you pay it back.
Find out how reverse mortgages really work with AAG's free, no-obligation reverse mortgage guide. Eliminate
Had to put
monthly
his
mortgage.
picture on the whole like guide and everything.
Oh man,
I love
almost feel bad for Tom Selleck.
I love that we're now in the time where the old people are getting sent CD-ROMs.
But with a reverse mortgage, you can pay whatever you can.
Well, they say, dude, in the Family Guy when they go on, it's a joke. It's like, all right, for more information, go to www. Just kidding. Here's a phone number as big as we can make it. Call now.
When it works for you, or you can wait and pay it off in one lump sum when you leave your home.
Discover the option that's best for you. Call today and find out more. And
Oh, man, it
AAG's
just keeps
free
going.
no
You've probably been investing in your home for years, making monthly mortgage payments, doing
This
the
is
right
like
thing.
one of those full-on
And
infomercial things.
It's become
Dude. That's enough of that. We get the gist.
It used
To
to
answer
air
your
between
question-
Tucker and the other guy that works for the CIA, Hannity.
Yeah.
I must have seen Tom Selleck movies. The only one that I know for sure I've seen is a terrible movie. It was definitely for chicks. It was
Better not say 3 Men and a Baby. I love that movie.
No, it was.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, is Ashton Kutcher in 3 Men and a Baby? It was like
That's two guys, a girl, and a pizza show.
No. That's Deadpool. You're getting it mixed up.
Yeah, it's some stupid fucking movie. Ashton Kutcher's like a spy or something, and Tom Selleck's like the girl he falls in love with, dad. But turns out Tom Selleck's actually like
I think I've
weapons
seen this.
dealer or something. Yeah, and it's so like corny and bad. But Ashton Kutcher was fucking hot in that movie. Just say it. I'm man enough to say it.
I mean, Ashton. Okay, from a dude's perspective, like Ashton Kutcher is not like an ugly dude. Like, he's not.
Yeah, no, he was fucking ripped in that movie too. They
Yeah.
kept showing him with his shirt off, and he was like Brad Pitt in Fight Club kind of ripped. We're like, you can be as straight as you can be as straight as Tom Selleck there, and still admit that
Tom Selleck,
Brad Pitt's abs were pretty hot.
Mr. Baseball. I forget about
Mr.
that.
Baseball rules. Also, Quigley Down Under. Great movie. Especially if you're into like cowboys and stuff.
Really? It's not a Western, is it?
It is. He gets like contracted to go to Australia to help out, and then he finds out shit's kind of like sideways. And the bad guy is actually oh gosh, Trey, you're the kid. Who's the bad guy from Harry Potter that everybody loves? That's a good actor that was in Die Hard.
Oh, that's in Die Hard.
Alan Rickman. Is that his name?
I think so.
Yeah, so he's the bad guy in Quigley Down Under, and he's got like this like whole like fetish wanting to be a cowboy. So yeah, anyway, watch Quigley Down Under. Great movie. There's dingoes.
Okay.
Dingoes.
Dingoes. Good old wild dogs.
He was in Haro to China.
Also not familiar.
Oh, I feel like I've seen
Magnum
that.
PI apparently.
Magnum PI, great show, especially if you love the 80s. Yeah, Mr. Baseball and Quigley. Those are my go-to Tom Selleck movies. I'm trying to think. I know I've seen like 3 Men and a Baby. I made the joke, but damn, I really can't think of any other movie he was in.
Blue Bloods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They make a lot of references to that in the Family Guy episode. The Family Guy episode is called, and it's funny. It came out this last season. It came out like the week after I got my mustache. So, and the name of the episode is called Stash from the Past, and it's Mayor Wild West is what's his name from Tombstone and The Big Lebowski with the big mustache. Sam Elliott. And so it's Sam Elliott, and Sam Elliott finds out that Tom Selleck's doing these reverse mortgage commercials and goes, "Oh yeah, we used to have a band called Secret Stash or something," and he's like, "Oh, he's gone evil or whatever." And he's like, "Well, the only way to stop a bad guy with a mustache is with a good guy with a mustache."
Oh, so Sam Elliott's a good guy.
Yeah, Sam Elliott's the new mayor.
Oh, I didn't watch that
Family
last
Guy.
season, Justin.
Yeah,
I like that show though. Did you guys ever watch Las Vegas?
Mm-mm.
I guess technically it's a remake, but I enjoyed it. They only got a few seasons. It's one of those shows that was like always on, kind of like Blue Bloods or Jag.
It's just background noise. Old people don't like to feel alone.
It's like I don't hate this, but I'm not going to change the channel. I got to do some cleaning.
Whatever my character's name is on Blue Bloods. Oh man. Man, I'm glad it's Friday, guys. I don't think I'm gonna do much shit today. I worked on fucking road construction shit the last 2 days. I've been in the sun. Dude, I'll drink 4 gallons of fucking water on a day like that, and
I still feel dehydrated.
Dude, I still get a fucking headache. Doesn't matter, but it's it's also you're on like a lime rock base, so everything's just bright white,
reflective. Yeah,
it's so fucking hot. Yeah, but I got to work on some cool equipment. I got to work on something called a bidwell, which is how they pave bridges. You guys have seen them. It's a sort of a structure, like a what's the word? Like a scaffolding kind of structure, and it rolls across the bridge and paves it. And it's just neat how it works. And I said to the dude, I'm like, so why do they use this instead of like a regular, thing, like a regular paving thing? And he's like, well, because when you're on a bridge before there's a road there's nothing there. Like this thing has to like hover above the road and pave it. Like, oh yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you can't kind of.
It's one of my favorite things about my job is I get to see so much. Like I'm just riding around in the world. Everything I see, I'm like, ooh, how does that work? I wonder why that's like that. So like with this gig, like every day I'm some new thing and I get to ask questions and see shit. I fucking love it.
Yeah, I think I saw one of those whenever they were building the bridge for like around Birmingham.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, put the picture. Yeah, and then just some of like construction equipment, especially like for road building. It's so like it does like one thing, and it's like a $5 million piece of equipment that's basically just a tiller. Yeah. Here we go. It's this is
even some of the like
so
even some of the stuff like when you're doing like the landscaping stuff that people do, like there's like certain attachments or whatever that only do one thing.
Yeah, you have a whole 2-stroke motor that just does one stupid little thing.
What's the thing? Specification.
Specialization.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Proprietary technology. So there's 2 motors on this thing. There's this one up here, and there's this one down here, and then it runs on these rails. You see down here.
So this slides across.
Yeah, this thing down here on the bottom, it runs back and forth with like a roller and like smooths it.
It's like
and then
the
this
3D printer of paving.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
and then Fatty up here watches. So
Fatty.
Well, that's why he's on the
shaming
top.
him. Yeah.
He's not here. He'd probably kick my ass real.
Look, we're bringing fat shaming back, okay? Like there was somebody complaining on Twitter.
Can we just bring shame back in general, because I feel like that is a way better way of dealing with things.
Yeah. I mean, some people just have no shame, and it's kind of disappointing.
Dude, I come down on like shame. Like I feel like kind of conflicted because it's like shame is like good. It's the societal tool that keeps us sort of in line, right? We hopefully all should have shame, and that's why it keeps us in line. Now, on that same, I'm also from time to time, I'll let your freak flag fly kind of person, but there's a time and a place, right? And I think that's like, there's times when you can go do some stuff you might be ashamed to do or say around grandma, but hey man, it's my 1 weekend a year that I cut loose or what the fuck ever.
Well, there's like
just don't let anybody else know. Do it.
It's like the recently there was I don't know if you know Nick Rekieta. He did the Rittenhouse live streams or whatever. Like he was doing some live streams breaking down the trial because he's a lawyer. And apparently, like the other day, he was on stream. He had just like snorted a line of coke, and he was sitting there and he was drinking too. But he'd snorted a line of coke and he was drinking, and then all of a sudden it acts like he's like beating one out or whatever. I don't know if he actually was or if he was.
No, that was making fun of. That was a DSP joke.
Well, it looks like just because he's so
right.
high, it looks like he actually is like jerking it or whatever, and then on stream, and then so it's like yeah, maybe you should have some shame at some point to realize like
where's Jim? Remember my last Friday night we did Justin and Jim's dumb gay shit show, and I had the cleaver and I was over here sharpening the cleaver on the
I forgot about that.
It just looked like you're like
yeah, everybody was like, Justin, what are you doing? I was like, sharpening a knife.
Hand check.
It's like, is that a banana in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Banana.
Are we doing a night before next Friday?
Next Friday, yes. I am
a week from today.
I believe we should. What?
I've got work.
You work until 6, so that puts us home at 7-ish. We start these at 7:30. So, see, there's a reason.
6:30.
There's a reason that I schedule these things the way that I do. See, I think about this sort of stuff. You don't.
I don't know, guys. Friday the 31st is the day before the beginning of LGBTQ Pride Month. I might need to get my sleep. I got a big parade in the morning on Saturday. Unrelated. Just coincidence.
Can we just
This is the perfect day for this is the perfect night for a night before.
The last straight night for a month. Woo!
Can we like fast forward and get to July, which is Jesse Lee Peterson calls White History Month? Why July? Because July just feels white.
Well, until you get burned.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mark myself off of work on Saturday. There we go. That way I can make sure I can get good and fucked up.
Oh, please tell me Juneteenth is a Monday, Wednesday, or it's a Wednesday. Yes, so fucking perfect. This is gonna be awesome. We're gonna do a night before, right before we kick off Gay Month. We've got a Juneteenth on a Wednesday when we're doing a show like this. It could not.
You just reminded me. Okay, so they treat Juneteenth with the same seriousness as they do MLK Day. We don't actually get that day off. We just get an extra vacation day. So I need a plan for when I can take that off.
So that instead of having the day off, they just give you a floating vacation or a floating holiday.
Right. Yeah.
Nice.
It'd be pretty cool if they said, "All right, black guys, you get the day off. White guys, yeah, floating vacation day." You've earned it, fellas.
Judge him harshly. I accidentally picked up his coffee cup and drank the rest of it, and it was just straight fucking creamer.
Not even a little bit of Jack? Jesus.
Come on, drink it straight black.
What kind of creamer you use, Sean?
Whatever Dad has in the fridge.
Oh, it's your creamer. Now it comes out.
What I do is I make my first cup of coffee, and I put 1 spoon of sugar and a little bit of creamer, just enough for it to not be straight black coffee.
Easy there, Mary Poppins.
And then as I drink about half the cup, I fill it back up with coffee, and I don't put anything else in it. So by the time I get to by the time I'm on my 3rd cup of coffee, it's effectively just
It's like you're going progressively higher in blocks in New York City. You know, as you drink your coffee, you go from like, really.
Man, I really
we're getting up into 122nd territory. Oh goodness!
You know what? I don't feel safe.
now.
I don't feel safe with this cup of coffee.
I think we should go back, guys.
Like my sexual preferences, it progressively gets a little bit darker.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh.
So okay, so then the question still remains, because that was a very womany answer to the question, by the way, Sean. I said, what kind of creamer? And you go, it's Dad.
This is
You could have told me what kind of creamer.
You said that about Candace Owens, I guess.
See, he doesn't even have a creamer preference. It's just whatever's in the refrigerator. He's gonna make it half and half. It's gonna be half coffee, half that.
Not half and half.
3 scoops of sugar.
You guys have communist creamer? It just says creamer on the on the bottle. No brand, nothing.
I think that one's actually the coffee made hazelnut. I get whatever I don't care what it is. I just put it, like I said, I just put enough of a splash of it in so it's not a straight black cup of coffee. And then
just cut out the middleman and use vegetable oil.
What are you, half a fig? Gabagool.
So I just get whatever the local grocery store has on special. Like they'll either have stuff on special or stuff that's getting ready to expire, and they'll just put like a markdown label on it, and like, okay, I'll take that. Like it. My mom kept a bottle of creamer in the refrigerator at Mom and Dad's house for like a year and a half, and it never went bad. So
there's no dairy in it.
Yeah, I'm convinced whatever kind of
vegetable oil.
I
was only. It's vegetable oil, water, and sugar.
The only one I was drinking on.
So the expiration date on that stuff is bullshit. Like that stuff, as long as you've got it in a refrigerator, that doesn't go bad. So
it's just suggestion. Hey, just like anything, man, give it a big fat sniff test before you eat it.
It's like we got a bunch of different.
Hey, actually, with the way milk is pasteurized and stuff now, it is weird because sometimes it will smell like it's not like went bad. But then if I just give it like a slight taste, it's
you can tell it's getting close. Yeah, but it's not
almost
there yet.
Yeah. They say, and some of that is like the inside of the cap and right around the ridge. It'll when you pour it, a little bit will like stick to it, and so that will get crusty and that will start to smell. So when you go to sniff it, you're sniffing what's stuck to the ridge that's gone bad, not the actual. So you have to like pour some in a cup and then smell that to tell. Because we had some not too long ago that was Stephanie was like, oh my god, that went bad, and I poured a glass and just took a straight swig of it, and I was like, nah, that's fine. You're smelling the rim of the. She's like, oh, you just. I was like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Like I spit it out.
It's gonna taste bad. Yeah.
There's a rim job joke here that I just cannot come up with. And I've been working on it so hard since you started talking about the crusty rim. I'm sorry, guys. I'm failing today. I'm a little hungover. I don't know.
You got a week to prepare. So.
Oh shit.
You've got a week to prepare. Because we're gonna do the idea that I've got for next week's.
What's that smell? Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Hey guys, welcome back to your favorite game show. What's that smell? Sorry, go ahead.
It'll be the Mad TV thing, right?
There it is. Hang on. All right. Sorry, I had to go back through
It's
the
happening.
chat. It's happening. Here it is. Y'all ready?
Unmute it. Yep.
For coming inside a woman.
What? You look worried to say the answer. Might be the end of our friendship, Hannah. I want to hear the joke again. I don't even. What's the joke again? I've forgotten it. You've been laughing.
Oh, is this one of those like they tell a joke and they're not supposed to laugh?
What's another name for
Coming inside of a woman, yeah.
coming inside of a woman?
What?
Loading the dishwasher.
Oh my god!
Loading the dishwasher.
Doesn't get better when you say it twice, bud.
That's not funny. Who wrote that?
So this is what we're gonna do. We're going to go around the horn and tell jokes, and whoever laughs has to drink.
Oh, I'll have to start working on them.
I don't know how I came across that, but like a couple clips played. I was bored at work the other night and just kind of like scrolling through, and I caught a couple clips of that, and I was like, oh shit. So I just like kept watching them, and they're fucking hilarious. Some of them are highly inappropriate. Some of them are like complete whiffs, but then it's the follow-up that gets everybody. They're like, yeah, that was pretty shitty. And then the person who told the joke will like say something self-deprecating, and then that gets the person to laugh. Like, it's not always the joke that you use to get them to laugh. So it was funny. So anyway,
delivery is everything sometimes too.
That chick was pretty hot for a Brit.
I think they're New Zealanders.
Oh, it still applies. Yeah, still applies. She probably breastfeeds the dog.
British with hobbits.
Yeah.
Are you good?
Did you hear him?
No, I did
Said
not.
New Zealander, and he said it still applies. They're just British with hobbits. See this. You're gonna be drunk before we even get halfway through the show. Like.
Oh my God. Okay, so I was I made my joke about people breastfeeding dogs in New Zealand. And okay. Okay, well, I thought so. Here, I'm pulling up the article. Okay, I thought that because there's like several stories of this over the years, and at first I thought the date on this story said 2024, and I'm like, there's a new one. It's still happening. Yeah, dude. There's it says these are. This is a very New Zealand name. Kura Tumanko from a small North Island town of Hastings says she sees nothing wrong with breastfeeding the dog, as she wants it to protect her baby girl as the pair grow up. He drinks more than the baby.
This doesn't
hurt, but a bit ticklish.
This is where the shaming thing needs to come back.
Yes. Yes.
Breastfeeding your dog,
Look, somebody's loading this dishwasher nonstop, dude. Look at this. She had a baby August 29th. Now she's pregnant again. Things are 9 months and 15 minutes apart.
Don't even give her home time to get home from the hospital. As she's loading her bag into the trunk, just bend her over the back end of the car.
Just they got in the car, and then as soon as she gets in the car, it's like okay, time to go get.
Strap the baby in the baby seat, and then
just go in
and then just like carry her on the chest.
It's my life, my responsibility. I make my own choices, she said. I'm going to look after me, baby, and me puppy.
So Australia is where they sent was a British penal colony. Was New Zealand like an Irish penal colony? Like, is that why they're just cranking them out so quick? It's got that Irish Catholic family roots going on.
Although New Zealand's
Appalachia was full, so they started shipping them down there.
Oh man. New Zealand's animal welfare laws do not touch on humans breastfeeding animals, but the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals had some concerns that the dog could develop long-term behavioral issues.
He said it shouldn't. It's one of those things where when you're writing the rules, remember, if you don't explicitly put it in there, somebody's going to do it and then be like, well, you didn't say I couldn't.
Yeah. Well, again, like with this, I don't know how everybody knows about this. Like, did she call the news and tell them? But if she was just doing this at home and didn't tell nobody, she can get away with it. Either way, I think if you're gonna be weird,
still social shame.
That's why you keep it private, because there's that shame. Yeah. The La Leche League, a support organization for breastfeeding mothers, felt the issue of feeding a dog was, quote, beyond the league's area of expertise.
Even the pro breastfeeding people are like, nope, I'm out on this thing.
I'm not touching this with a 10-foot breastfeeding pole. Hell no.
See, this is what the moms who want to breastfeed in public and just like literally just flop a tit out or whatever. Like this is what they want to do. They just want to
God bless them.
Flop a tit out and breastfeed their dogs. Like that's what they want to do. Look, they're dog moms. They're moms too. You know, they want to just be able to flop their tit out. That's what they should have went with. The pro breastfeeding group should Should have went with that look. We're moms in any way that we are. Like,
dog mom, whatever. Then it all counts.
I was like, this really is like the most white woman thing in the world. This is what blows my mind is that she's still like having kids. This seems like a single, childless, middle-aged white woman thing to do. If a childless woman could breastfeed,
yeah, exactly.
They got to be able to give them hormones or something.
Or like one that was like she has an only child, and that's what. And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna supplement instead of having more children. I'm gonna have a dog, and I'm gonna treat the dog like it's." That's what you would think anyway.
All right, so maybe if you're trying to bring your dog to New Zealand, they have a couple banned breeds, and I wonder if it has to do with that sort of the pit bull. That'll bite a whole tit right off. I don't know. I'm not familiar with pretty much any of these other dogs, but they sound badass. They all sound like some, and the fact they're banned makes me think they are a badass dog. You know, Doggo Argentino. Dude, if I ever become a drug trafficker, that's gonna be my name. Yeah. Mi nombre es Doggo Argentino.
If you wanted to be a drug trafficker, you could just be name yourself Sean Kingston.
Oh, so it looks like
calling for you this noon. Raid at a South Florida mansion. This is a live look from Chopper 6 overhead. Now, the name I'm going to give you here is the person who lives there, and you might recognize his name, singer/rapper Sean Kingston, facing a lawsuit that's now sparking an investigation right here in our backyard. Our NBC6's Ari Otzer joins us live from Southwest Ranches, where we're learning more about what's going out there.
Is this related to the Puff Daddy stuff?
Yes, we certainly are, ladies. So
as far as I know, no. This is apparently he steals watches. He'll tell people that he's like, oh yeah, you know, they're selling them to him, but he doesn't pay, so he steals them. like they're selling them to him, and then they're like asking him to pay for them, and he just kind of says no, I'm not.
So he's like, oh, let me see your watch. I'd like to buy that. And then they give it to him, and he puts it on.
And
the money up front.
House, you can see came knocking today.
Rental home. That's a very black thing. Yeah, my mansion's a rental.
Yeah, here it is.
With the watches that are in there. There's an $80,000 custom bed that was ordered. This is a organized, systematic fraud. He's got basically a script. He says that he works with Justin Bieber, and that he obviously puts on a big show here. This is a rental house. He doesn't own it. And he lures people using his celebrity.
So basically, because he had a hit song, he's telling people like, oh yeah, you know, like, yeah, I'm friends with Justin Bieber, and like you come hang out, and like if you give me this, then you'll get to hang out here. I guess he's thinking he's trading favors, but these people are thinking that they're actually selling it, and that's what he's doing.
Huh.
Right through a hotel.
Yeah, I'm always just so because I'm not like I've got friends, and it's like even like them like remember when we were younger, it's like they're kind of dumb, but goddamn they could like hustle like that. Like they could figure out, you know, they were the type who would like, you know, working at Taco Bell would pilfer fucking $200 from the register and have a whole system for how they make up the money and this and that and the other. But my brain just don't work like that, dude. Like I can't like devise a scam. And especially when you have to play people, like that's why con men just fascinate me. But like, dude, like that's just because they just come up with that shit, dude.
Well, I mean, like what he was saying,
Scam
like,
That Jew on Real Ass Podcast. You ever hear that? People call in with their different scams about like, oh man, whatever, you buy the mattress with the return policy or something, or you rent the same car that you own and you take all the brakes and tires off of it and put it on your car. Shit like that, you know. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trey. I cut you off there, buddy.
But no, that's like what he was doing. He had a whole like script that he would say like, oh yeah, you know, I've you know, did a song with Justin Bieber, like, hey, you want to come hang out at my mansion? And then like they would basically like they would show him the watches or whatever, and then he would be like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, I'll pay you later, and then just like not do it. Like I guess that's probably the easiest like way to scam somebody, but it's also probably the easiest way to get caught, because if you like tell them that you're coming there, and then you're gonna pay them eventually. Like if you said like, hey, we're trading this favor for favor. Like you get to shoot at my home, like you get to shoot. Maybe you shoot a video or something. You do something at my house, and then I'll trade that favor like back for watch or whatever. But
yeah, con man shit. You either have to disappear afterwards, or there has to be some like threat of violence that's going to keep them from, going to the authorities. Otherwise, it's like you can't just scam people and like stay in town. Like you're supposed to pull off your scam, move on to the next town. I mean, there are definitely people who have perfected it, like TV televangelists and politicians and stuff. But not everybody can be that good.
Well, I think there is a certain level of, if you're going to be a con man, learning to identify your marks and your targets and finding somebody that's kind of retarded.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.